The magic shop.
A father and a son enter a magic shop. What happens to them once they are inside the shop?
I had seen the magic shop on Regent Street from afar several times. I had passed the shop window of attractive little objects, magic balls and magic hats. I had never thought of going in until one day Jip pulled me by my finger right up to the shop. I turned the door handle, and we entered the shop. For a moment or so, we were alone, and we could look about us. There were several crystal balls, magic fish bowls in various sizes, a china hand holding magic cards and magic mirrors. Behind the counter was a curious, dark man, with one ear larger than the other, and a chin like the toe cap of a boot.
What can I do for you?
He asked, spreading his long fingers on the glass case. I want, I said, to buy my son a few simple tricks. Said the shopman and scratched his head for a moment, as if thinking. Then he drew from his head a glass ball. That's good, I said with a laugh.
Isn't it?
Said the shopman. Jip stretched out his hand to take this object and found merely a blank palm.
It's in your pocket,
said the shopman. And there it was. How much will that be? I asked.
We charge no money for glass balls,
said the shopman politely. Then, with a start, I discovered something moving about in my hat, something soft and jumpy. I quickly took it off, and a ruffled pigeon dropped out. It ran on the counter and disappeared into a cardboard box.
Tut, tut,
said the shopman. He shook my hat and took out 2 or 3 eggs, 2 toy soldiers, a large marble, a watch, half a dozen glass balls and crumpled paper. The crumpled paper rose and swelled on the counter more and more and more, until the man was altogether hidden from us. I think we'll go now, I said. I want the bill and my hat, please. There was no answer. The shopman seemed to have vanished behind a mountain of paper. What have you done with my hat? I asked after an interval. There was no answer. I turned about and saw that Jip was standing on a little stool and the shopman was holding a sort of big drum in his hand. Before I could do anything, the shopman had clapped the big drum over him. I shouted, "Take that off!" The shopman did so without a word. The little stool stood empty. "Stop this foolishness," I said. "Where is my boy?" I put out my hand to grab his hand and he turned to escape. I leapt after him into total darkness. Thud! I was in Regent Street and I had banged into a decent-looking man. A yard away stood Jip, looking a little worried. He came towards me with a bright smile, as though for a moment he had missed me. He looked completely undamaged and very satisfied with the afternoon's entertainment. He was carrying 2 parcels in his arms. I turned round to see the door of the magic shop, and behold, it was not there. There was no door, no shop, nothing.